Big Thing.
The last game Lane Kiffin was on a sideline was last year's national semifinal game, calling plays for Alabama against Washington. Alabama attempted to put a better face on what happened next, saying that it would have been too much for Kiffin to call plays for Bama against Clemson in the national title game while preparing to become the head coach at Florida Atlantic. But everyone in college football knew that Nick Saban was just done with Kiffin, and he was willing to pull the plug before the title game rather than spend another moment working with him. That happens a lot with Kiffin, like everywhere he's been, except Tennessee, where he left after a year, which led to a near riot at Knoxville. One way or another, the dismount is never smooth, so it's been interesting this week to read Matt Hayes from Bleacher Report and Holly Anderson for ESPN.com profile the man, both asking some version of the same question. Can a 42-year-old at the crossroads change who he is? And if it's not who he is as much as how he's perceived, can he at least change that? The quotes from the Hayes piece are particularly damning. One of his peers in coaching saying, quote, "By the end of our time together, I wanted to physically beat his ass. And I wasn't the only one," close quote. Another offered this, quote, "I've never seen a guy who knows his craft like he does be such an overbearing. Lane does what Lane wants to do, no matter the consequences," close quote. To be clear, I don't know the man, never met him. I don't pretend to know if this is true. I just know that there are many stories from within the very close coaching fraternity ranks that sound like this. Then you got Kiffin on the other side saying everybody else has got it all wrong. He's obviously got aptitude for his profession, and while he's only 42, there have been some dog years in there. What do they say? Every year of a dog's life is equal to 7 human years. The way things have ended with Oakland, with Tennessee, with USC, and now with Bama, took some of the traction off his tires, so much so that he lands in Conference USA at Florida Atlantic, fully aware of his circumstances. As Kiffin told Hayes, quote, "One way or another, this is a defining job, and if I don't make it here, I guess I'm just a play caller," close quote. So he's dialing up his career Hail Mary with a bunch of high-profile transfers who found potholes of their own and never imagined they'd be in Boca Raton either. So they will sink or swim together. I would bet on Kiffin succeeding in what will be a brief stay here if he does. Now, Kiffin was handed plenty long before he was ready for it. If he gets another shot now, it will have been earned. And maybe this will be the place that he figures it all out, but that's entirely on him. Maybe finally Kiffin figures out that the one common denominator in all of his failures and successes in all the different places where he's been is him.